Oh, well, you know how I've been talking many times about the economy and that there's a lot of signs that there's a crash coming worldwide. So I really have ignored most of what people are saying and just seeing the numbers myself. And it looked pretty flat to me for quite some time, or maybe slightly better, depending on the area you're going to. Here in San Francisco, things have gotten, the wealthy are really, it's really going well for them. So anyway, some numbers came out today, and they're a little disturbing, and it tells me that the crash may be on its way, if not here already. Let me go show you these numbers. Okay, the U.S. durable goods orders fell in December 4.3%. All right, okay, don't crash on me. This won't be boring. It's very interesting. The durable goods numbers are all made up fictitious kind of stuff. It's put in categories, and some things are excluded while other things are included. So this is just some of that type of fuzzy math that George Bush had come up with years ago, and he tried to make sense of it. But I'm just going to show you what their gauges are showing us. And if you know that if their cooked numbers are showing a downward trend, then we are really on a downward trend. Let me show you. Okay, here's some of the categories. Non-defense goods. That's the whole durable goods order, down 4.3%. Some of the categories would be commercial aircraft. That's down 5.8%. Even though the Boeing got that big order from the U.S., because if that is defense, it doesn't count. Okay, steel, down 2.1%. Steel, in this wacky world of numbers, steel represents manufacturing in the U.S. So when steel goes down, manufacturing is going down. Steel is made in a few things, like some parts of the automobile and bridges and reinforcement for concrete, but a lot of that steel comes from China now. So really, what they're doing is they're taking steel that's already been worked into something and calling that our manufacturing, when really most of it was made somewhere else. So that's why I say these numbers are cooked anyway. But let me show you something else. Okay, since 2009, the durable goods orders have been rising about 2.4% on this cooked system they have up until now. So what you're seeing is a blip in their system, but it's a blip big enough to see. I'm not talking about all the jittery stuff like this, where it really looks like what it is. I'm talking about the overall, and the overall is showing a down, a big down. That's not a small down. 4.3 is a big down. Can't believe I lost the eraser again. Oh well, I'll find it in a minute. Oh, okay, here it is. It's so light and new and fluffy, it falls on the ground easily. Okay, the next thing I wanted to show you was the stock market. What's been going on with that? Now, I know the stock market is another meaningless thing because it's basically a tool for the U.S. government to make up bonds, give them to the banks, buy the bonds back from the banks. So what you're doing is you're giving taxpayer money to the banks, and then the banks take all this money and put it into the stock market. Let me show you what's been happening, and of course, as you know, the government says they're going to phase back QE just a tiny bit, about what is it, 10 billion? Anyway, okay, stock market for the last 3 months started out around here. I'm not going to pay attention to these numbers because they're meaningless. It's just the overall that I'm trying to get out. And this is the crash that I'm talking about just in the last few days. It's crashed that much. So that's quite a measurement compared to all the gain it made in such a short time here also. So we're seeing large fluctuations in the stock market. Okay, we have some very good news next, and let's get right over the board and let me show you what's going on. Okay, two Norwegian lawmakers nominated this person right here for a Nobel Peace Prize. As you know, we have been talking about this person right here for some time. For 2016, this just makes that even better. And you know, if we work at it, we can actually do this. All 20 of us. The link to these buttons and more are down in the description page right below this, right below the board here, where it says show more. You'll find the link and you can purchase such a button. Remember, we were talking in the last video about being on a circle and never being able to get off of it. This is the way you get off of that circle. And what will happen is you'll start to get off the circle and everything will change. So, in Obama's speech to the nation the other night, he talked about how people have to all support. We must all collectively put into it and increase taxes. You know, there wasn't one thing in there about the politicians taking, you know, a pay reduction or a bank holiday. You know, that's all for the people of the poor that have to take the bank holidays and that sort of thing, and the whatever kind of scheme they're going to come up with to get out of this problem. But my advice would be to get out of the banks. That's got to be your most important thing. If you're still in a bank, you should be out of the banks, period, because they're going to go after them first. They're going to take a little bit of everybody's money, and they'll keep doing that. And they'll say it's only 10%, then 12%, then 14%. And just like over in Greece, they'll end up taking 50% of all your funds out of the bank, saying that you're contributing to the health of the nation by donating 50% of your income to the whatever country, in this case the U.S. So my suggestion, if there's anything you do in the next month, it's to take your money out of the bank. It can't hurt. Try a credit union. I think if you research your credit unions, you'll find them to be the thing that you want. The good place to put your money for now. And we'll see what happens with the credit unions. We'll follow those very carefully as well. So, before I go, let me show you the debt clock. It just keeps going up and up and up, even though Obama said it's going down. Does this look like things are going down to you? Okay guys, until next time on this drizzly Fukushima drizzle day. We don't dare go outside in this stuff. It's just going to be pure radiation just floating around. So until next time.